My role, as I said, I'm working in the management team, like operations department, and my designation is workforce analyst.
Super.
So it is related with the resource analyst, I would say. I will be responsible for, how can I say, capacity planning, like to do capacity planning, to allocate the resources, to create the schedules for the resources based on the requirements, analyze the call volume, do the real-time analysis based on the requirements sent by the client. So, like basically, I'm more into operations and management now. They gave me so many options with the university where the quality of education is good, and also the course fee, the college fee, the expenses where it was affordable, which can be um, afforded by all the people. Like, you mean like long back there was a myth that if a person is studying in abroad or doing his masters in abroad, people used to tell that, oh, that guy, he must be from a rich family, or his father might be earning well, and so on. Right now I'm looking to continue my education, and I will be applying for PhD soon.
Wow. Which topic, if I may know?
I did my master degree thesis on textiles.
Textiles, okay.
Yes, it was related for the quality assurance within the textile department, so which comes under the production department.
Okay.
So, and during that time itself, I was able to publish 3 articles, and I have attended 3 international conferences.
Wow.
Right now, my thesis got accepted in one of the scientific journal.
Excellent.
It has to be published, but I got an acceptance confirmation from the relevant department. Since my supervisor was so supportive for me, I decided to continue my education and do PhD under her itself. One thing I want to highlight,
yes,
most of the people, they just put efforts to get into universities in US, UK, Australia, and so on. And few people get depressed if they don't make that. Okay. So there's no need to worry. There are plenty of opportunities.
Yes.
No matter even if you haven't heard about the country, because the country will definitely make you get noticed in some days.
Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. We have been posting a lot of interviews with many of our successful students. Today, we are going to interview Darshan, who studied in Europe, is master's, then currently working in Europe. Darshan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome. And also, please introduce yourself as well as your cute pet to our audience.
Yeah, like myself, Darshan, and right now I'm in Europe. Basically, I'm from Bangalore, Karnataka,
Super.
and I did my bachelor's in Bangalore itself, in one of the college named Anand Sagar University of Technology.
Nice.
Did my bachelor's in civil engineering, and it was my dream to do masters in abroad during that time, and I was doing all the research about the countries and the universities where I have to pursue my masters.
Okay.
People will always say that they have a top priority countries like US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, and also some of the countries in Europe like Germany, Switzerland, France, and so on. When I started searching and when I took counseling with Europe Study Center, which is in Bangalore, they gave me so many options with the university where the quality of education is good, and also the course fee, the college fee, the expenses where it was affordable, which can be afforded by all the people. Like, you mean like long back there was a myth that if a person is studying in abroad or doing his masters in abroad, people used to tell that, oh, that guy, he must be from a rich family, or his father might be earning well, and so on. But right now, the Europe Study Center is doing a great job where they are sending people. I don't want to judge people based on the class or the uh, like I don't want to group the group based on their earnings, but Europe Study Center made all the students dream to come true.
Yes.
So even I am from a middle class family where my father was working in one of the private sector, and
Okay.
whenever I used to tell him that I want to do my masters, he used to tell a dialogue in Kannada.
Okay.
uh, he was like, ದೂರದ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನುಣ್ಣಗೆ ಮಗ್ನೆ, like ನಿನಗ್ ಬೇಕಾ
Okay.
ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಹುದಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. But I always used to tell him that, see, like, I can study in India itself, but I don't get that exposure if I study or be in India. And if I want to be a responsible person, or if I want to grow, if I want to see my career in a next level, then that will only happen if I do my masters in abroad.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes,
On top of it,
and
please.
then I started like researching. Like before
Okay.
coming to ESC, I have taken counseling with so many consultations. In Bangalore, there's one of the
You,
consultation
you
center
don't have
in.
to say the names.
Yes,
You
there
you
are
can
so
just
many consultation centers where I look forward to do my masters in UK and Canada. But by then, that I would say my destiny was meant in Europe, I believe.
okay.
So at last I came to ESC, where the person whom I contacted was the manager in ESC. Her name is Sujita. She was
Yeah.
very friendly. She gave me the options with all the universities in Europe. Like she didn't directly tell me about Lithuania, but it is her responsibility. She started from Germany, Italy, France, Netherlands, and at last she come up for the countries like Latvia, Lithuania. Well, when she said about Lithuania, because even I was not aware of this country, it
Okay.
because it was a new country for me, and I haven't heard about that country. I haven't heard about that country at that time. So I was like, is there a country with the name of Lithuania? Then I started researching about the universities, about the university which she offered for me, and I got to know that, well, this country has a good universities, and at that time the university which I selected was within the world ranking of 1,000.
Yeah.
Was a pretty good ranking. Then I decided, okay, let me choose Lithuania. No matter which country I'm going for, everything it depends upon the quality of education and how we are living there.
Exactly. To add
So,
to the
yeah.
please you continue. Then I will say my points here.
So I decided to come to Lithuania, and I'm in Lithuania from 3 years, and this is my fourth year.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just to add whatever the excellent points that you have said, since you're 4 years away from our country, brother Darshan, to study in Bangalore and Chennai and Coimbatore and Pune is expensive compared to studying it in European
Yes,
countries nowadays. Can you imagine students paying in Bangalore and Chennai close to 7 lakhs or 10 lakhs per year tuition fees for an engineering program, and people
yes,
standing in queue?
I do agree for that, because when my father was telling that let's drop this abroad plan, you can do something here itself. I started researching about doing MBA also in Bangalore itself. There are so many universities, private universities, where they sent the brochure of around 10, 12 lakhs for 2 years. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, I can finish my master's in Europe within this
Yeah.
10, 12 lakhs.
Smart. I'm not boosting you here just because you were my student and all those things. But at the age of 20, 21, brother, to have this level of clarity and confidence and the drive to do exploration is fantastic. And you also said you had visited plenty of agents and consultants. Okay.
Yes.
Everybody will only promote, brother, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US. Okay,
US.
okay. Let them promote these universities. Sorry, these countries, no problem. Do you promote the top public universities in that country? You know the reason?
No.
You know the reason why they don't promote that? For example, entire India, UK promoting agent will not promote Oxford or Cambridge. Any guess? They promote the smaller universities in that particular country because they don't pay commissions. The bigger universities, only the smaller ones pay commission. For example, you studied your masters in the #1 public university in Lithuania, which is Kaunas University of Technology. Yes.
Yes.
So then, what did you study in your bachelor's in Bangalore?
I did my bachelor's in civil engineering, and
Okay.
as you said, there's no connection between my bachelor's and my master's because
There is, I would love to differ.
I-
That there is a
there is
connection.
a little bit of connection because I
Yes.
did my bachelor's in engineering itself. Well,
Yes.
there is the engineering word in the master's what I have done, but when it comes to the core field, people ask me why did you drop continuing your higher education in the core field itself? Why did you change the field? It's like I'm not a technical person. I don't want to continue my career in technical field.
I am completely with you. Whenever I meet a student, only do your masters where you are comfortable. At the UG level, you would have taken whatever courses you liked, or your father liked, or your neighbor liked. Doesn't matter right now. You are a grown adult, 21 years old. Study courses which will only get you an employment, of course, plus you should have the interest. And I also studied something related to industrial engineering. Mine was energy and environmental engineering, which is many management related, industrial engineering related courses I studied. So it is relevant. Instead of taking an MBA, brother, Darshan brother, it's 100 times better to take industrial engineering. Yes. And other than Europe Study Center, many other companies do not even know such a course like industrial engineering actually exists and an engineering student can study such courses. Yes. So then how was the visa process, admissions, etc.? How was the process at ESC?
Uh, the admission it went smoothly, but I would say even the visa process it went smoothly when I uh, compare about the process what is happening right now. Right now there are so many changes where students are struggling to get the visa slots,
Yeah, yeah,
but for
yeah.
me, I would say like everything went very smoothly. So but I was worried about the approval of my visa, like, but by the end I got my visa and I'm here.
Yes. When we are talking, I get a message, just before this interview, the particular person was texting me in Instagram. Sir, your office people telling me I am 30 years old. I cannot go to Europe for my studies. Then, I was just trying to explain him. The more older you are, the less chances for the visa. So we select the people with younger age so that the visa is successful, same like yours. So you reached your university of your choice. So how was the first semester? Because we study in a different education system back home in India. In Europe, it's different. So how did Darshan adapt?
For me it was everything was different,
Yeah.
especially with the weather,
Weather,
because
okay.
the day when we landed it was the city was completely filled with covered with snow.
Frozen. Yeah.
Yes, it was around -6 degrees, I believe, and also we were in quarantine for 7 days.
Okay.
So it was a self quarantine. So before going for a dormitory, the university people have told us that we have to be in quarantine in any one of the hotels,
Okay.
and then they said then they will allow us for the dormitory. So we
Okay.
were in Vilnius, in the capital city, for 7 days, and then we moved to Kaunas. Uh, for me, as I told, everything was different because I never stayed in hostel.
Hostel.
So
Okay.
the first day it was like I was feeling like I'm in a different world.
World.
Like at initial stage, like initial days, I started regretting. I was like, why did I take this move? I should have done something in Bangalore itself. Like it is very much different. And like somehow I managed, and coming to the university and the professors, the class, the method of teaching, well, it is
Yes.
completely different when we compare the way of education what is given in India. So the professors are like very cool. They don't
Super.
care about the students if they are coming to the class or not. They only care how the student is performing, how regular he is with submitting his assignments, and the quality of the assignment what he submits. But right now things have been changed because of so many things happened around a long back. Right now they made the attendance as mandatory in most of the
Mandatory. Okay.
university. So when I was studying, the attendance was not mandatory, but whenever there was a seminar or whenever there was a presentation should like us to be given by the students or something like that, we have to be in the university. Because I started working during my second semester itself. I got a
Okay.
job in 6 months. So I was not going to university very regularly. I was
Okay.
attending the class, which was very important and which was very necessary for me to attend.
Super.
So how I coped up with both my work and studies was like during the start of every semester, I used to send an email for the professors telling that I'm a working professional here.
Okay.
So I cannot come to the classes on a regular basis, but I will try my best to attend the classes, the important classes or the important lectures or the seminars. Uh, at that time, the professors were super friendly, even they
Wow.
agreed for things. Even I would say uh, at that time even I was also like a sponge. I absorbed a lot of things. I adjusted with the working culture. I adjusted with my routine. There were days where I was working from 8 o'clock to 4:30, and with I will be having just 30 minutes of gap to go to university, finish my work at 4:30, get ready, head back to university. It was like how can I say, a very busy days where I was not having a time for myself. Like even the
Okay.
weekends, it will be like all the weekends will be uh, dedicated to complete my assignments or the task which has to be submitted. So
I can understand.
it was like my complete 2 years of journey was like filled with adventures, I would say, and I have become successful in that adventure.
Of course, of course. So if I would like, if at all you can share, like what sort of jobs you were doing along with your studies.
In the first semester, I was working as a part time, like working in one of the supermarket as an invoice billing specialist
Good.
for as a part timer. Like because I was not aware that I will be able to work full time with student visa at that time, but
Okay.
then I got to know that I am eligible to do full time work as well. So then
Super.
I started applying in companies via LinkedIn. I was able to get a job by the beginning of second semester.
Hmm.
Then the initial days, like I started my career as a specialist agent, customer expert, where I was working from Monday to Friday. Uh, some weeks I was also working on weekends. It completely depends upon the schedules what the company was offering us, because it was one of the global company.
Okay.
So I worked as an customer expert for around 11 months. Within
Okay.
11 months, I was able to get a promotion for workforce management specialist.
Very
Right
good.
now, I'm working in the operations team as the workforce management analyst.
Amazing. I would like to know, I would like to ask this. What prompted Darshan to start searching for jobs, and you wanted to travel in the mode of study and as well as work?
Well, my ultimate goal was to get a job here. So
Okay.
I was like, I didn't give a time to settle myself here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my journey was
Nice.
like a hustle. So I started searching job within 1 or 2 months, I would say.
Excellent.
After
So you finished your masters and you continued with the same job.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Before we start talking about your professional life, so you started in 2022, right?
2022.
2022. That is, you will be studying the spring intake, I guess, since you said snow.
Yes,
And I
it
guess
was
most likely you were the last spring intake, I guess so.
okay. I'm
After
not.
that, after that, there is no spring intake at KTU. Only September.
Okay.
Yes. So then you completed your studies within your time, within your stipulated 2 years.
Yes, I didn't
Super.
extend it. I didn't take more time
I-
because I just wanted to finish up my master's. But right now, I'm looking to continue my education and I will be applying for PhD soon.
Wow. Which topic,
So,
if I may know? If I may know.
I did my master degree thesis on textiles.
Textiles. Okay.
Yes, it was related for the quality assurance within the textile department. So,
Mm-hmm.
which comes under the production department.
Okay.
So, and during that time itself, I was able to publish 3 articles and I have attended 3 international conferences.
Wow.
Right now, my thesis got accepted in one of the scientific journal, and it
Excellent.
has to be published. But I got an acceptance confirmation from the relevant department. Since my supervisor was so supportive for me, I decided to pursue, continue my education and do PhD under her itself.
You
So the
already got accepted?
uh, the application will start in June, but like everything is set, the topic is ready, and I already started researching on the topic, and I am presenting one paper in the upcoming international conference, which is happening in Kaunas University of Technology. It
Super.
is on May. So the paper, it is the research review paper, and everything is done. Just I want to get the feedback from my supervisor.
Wonderful. So you will be full time into PhD or you'll be working and research together.
I
Same
will
like
be working and
same model continues. Part two.
mm,
Very good, man. Really, really proud of you. 2, 3 questions before I asked you a question. That is, did you finish your studies on time? Because I don't want youngsters to think, okay, I'll keep working and prolong my studies. No, Darshan worked. It's not like some, how to say, some restaurant jobs or something. He was trying to do something related to his studies, working in a supermarket and what role you occupy is very important, right? Exactly. And your first was a account. What was that? Account
I
manager,
was a invoice specialist. I was
invoice
maintaining
specialist.
invoices within the supermarket. And
Yes.
I
Second,
worked, I believe I worked for 2 months, I guess.
okay. Then we can. That's just a warm up. Then your major role was customer
It was
specialist.
a customer expert role. I would say it was also an entry level job. At that time, I was not ready to say no for anything because I wanted some experience. And
Experience.
I was like,
Wonderful. And
there's
see,
nothing wrong in doing entry level jobs.
absolutely nothing wrong. We have to start somewhere, bro. We have to start
Mhm.
somewhere. At the same time, what I would like to tell the young audience, especially school children are watching these interviews, as long as you can balance your studies, you can work. If it is not working out for you, just throw that aside. Okay. And very important is to finish the studies on time. Just because you're working, you prolong your study for 3 year, 4 year, operation success and patient no more. Nobody's going to respect your, degree, which I wanted to quote very clearly because people should not think, oh, okay, like Darshan brother, I will also start working and I will put the studies to the back burner. Yeah.
No,
By the way,
only
audience,
I know that how much struggles or the adventures I did by balancing both. So I would completely tell people to concentrate on one thing, or if you have that caliberity, or if you have that potentiality to balance both the things, well, it is good enough for you to do that.
exactly. Previously, before this interview, I interviewed a student at the UG level who did his informatics in Kaunas. You know how taxing these computer science degrees are at UG and PG level. And for him to do a job and also this one, he felt it was really challenging. So then he quit all these things, started studying. Now he is employed. Similarly to what you said. So then, what is your current role designation right now in your company? Which company, by the way?
My role, as I said, I'm working in the management team, like operations department, and my designation is workforce analyst.
Super.
So it is related with the resource analyst, I would say. I will be responsible for how can I say, capacity planning, like to do capacity planning, to allocate the resources, to create
Yes,
the schedules for the resources based on the
resources.
requirements, analyze the call volume, uh, do the real time analysis based on the requirements sent by the
Requirements.
client. So, like basically, I'm more into operations and management now.
Super. Exactly in where, exactly the topic where you did your masters: industrial
Yes.
engineering, production technologies, manufacturing, maintenance, resource planning. All these things comes under the umbrella of industrial engineering. Wonderful. So unlike your undergraduation, you are putting your post graduation studies into practice. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
because
I wanted to do like see my career in the management field itself. Like I have already answered that. I have told so many
yes,
people that see, I'm not a technical person and I don't want to
yes.
go for the technical person where I'm not interested.
Exactly, brother. I tell this to people, please take up only what you like and what is comfortable for you. In that, be the best. Don't take up something just because your friend told or some random YouTuber said it's of no use. And I have equal respect for all courses. Please.
Even when it comes to the industrial engineering and management, I was not aware of that subject as well. But when I went through the modules, when I saw the subjects, like the
Yeah.
subjects related with international business management, industrial
Yes.
marketing, something related with economics, managerial finance, so all these things were like 50% of the subjects were related for the management field, and rest 50% were related for both management and technical field.
Exactly. And with your permission, I would take this guess. Okay. I feel you feel better studying industrial engineering rather than a plain MBA.
Yes, I would
Yes.
say. But I even have a dream of doing my MBA here, because currently there is a lots of exposure for the person who has done his masters in MBA, especially HR, human resource.
Okay.
But right now, if I want to do MBA, the main thing what I have to concentrate is to learn the Lithuanian language.
Okay. Okay.
Because if I get into the human resource, I will be dealing with the migrations, the
Lot many things.
immigration
Yeah.
office stuffs,
Language
and
comes into the picture.
employment services and so on and all. The main thing what they will ask is the regional
Language.
language.
Okay. I wanted to ask about this. PhD, you're trying for the same KTU.
Yeah, in the same university, because as I already said, it's been almost, I believe, 2 years after, not 2 years, a year after finishing my master, but still my supervisor is in touch, where she used to text me in WhatsApp, Darshan, there is an
Wow.
event happening, do you want to participate, do you want to present something? She used to motivate me a lot.
So
So I
nice, right? So nice.
yeah,
Excellent.
so I decided to do PhD in Kaunas University itself, under the same supervisor.
I guess Darshan, after your parents, you will credit a portion of your success to the professors at KTU, right? Don't you think so?
There are so many professors like in my life who motivated me.
Super.
There is a person from my bachelor's college as well, a professor like who was also my supervisor during my bachelor's degree project. Even she was also motivating me a lot, telling that Darshan, no, you have to do something. You like, there's no point in doing MBA or any PG in India or in Bangalore. Just try, or just aim to go to abroad and see your
Gain
career there.
exposure.
Yes, she was also one person who motivated me. And well, coming to the KTU, there are so many people who motivated me.
Okay.
The most of the credit I would give for my supervisor.
Super. Who is still in touch with you? If at all,
Yeah,
can you share her name, his or her name?
yeah. Her name is Egle.
Okay.
Uh, she is like how can I say, around 60-65 age, I think.
Wow.
People
Wow.
say that the professors or the lecturers around 50-55 age are short tempered, they will be having some anger issues. If you don't submit your work on time, they will just bust out on you and all. But I never felt that with the current supervisor,
Professors.
professor. She was very friendly at that time, still she is friendly. Even if I write a message to her at 10 o'clock in the night or 11 o'clock in the night, she will
Wow.
respond to the message telling that thank you so much for reaching out to me. Thanks for the update. I will check the things tomorrow and I will keep you posted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
even if like during our absence, if there is any assignments or if there is any reports needs to be submitted or related to my project or related to my thesis, if she was on business trip or she was traveling, she used to tell, don't worry, I'm on a business trip. But she used to ask me to reach out to her friend or her colleagues where they
wow.
used to help me.
No, no words to. I will send surely this video to all my KTU colleagues, meaning whom we associate and work with. They'll be really happy to see. I strongly believe, Darshan, without qualified, dedicated, committed, knowledgeable professors, we can never give high quality education and knowledge to the younger generation. You may say internet education, online education, all these things. Nothing like a classroom, professor, and a student. That setup is never going to change. Whatever artificial intelligence or data science may bring in, it's not going to change anything. So I'm just out of curiosity, I wanted to ask this question to Darshan. So when do you expect to know this PhD result that you're admitted? When?
I think by September I'll be starting my PhD. Like
So
according to me and my supervisor, she's like, you will get into PhD. There's no doubt about it.
excellent,
And
excellent,
also
excellent.
I have completely told my plans to her that even if I get a PhD, I might come to India in September. She was like, fine, until unless you keep me informed, there's no need to worry.
No need to worry. And I guess that will be a different level game because now you are full time professionally employed and you are also a PhD. I think that's going to be a different level game.
Yes,
Don't you think
I
so?
think I will be having a real adventure in the past upcoming
Adventure.
months. Yes, the real
True.
adventure.
That is true. I could not get that word adventure, but you got it. That's the right word because I have done masters in Europe plus, work for some time and PhD. I started a little bit. So I clearly understand towards where you are heading to. But if it suits you and you are up for it and you are ready mentally, physically, nothing should stop you, right? Life is once now, brother. We should pull all the plugs and explore. Nothing to sit and hesitate.
Well,
Excellent.
everything also depends upon how we are with our professors and with our super.
Exactly. See, we have to be on time, we have to be punctual, we have to be very responsive, and we even the questions that we ask should be at a different level. We cannot ask fundamental elementary questions and they tend to deviate from us. Yes. So I guess even when you are planning and your professional life, so you started a love with Lithuania. Is it you started liking the country more or something like that?
Well, coming to that, at that point, I started feeling that the country is so depressed because people were like very cold. But once I started working and once I started going to office, because after getting a promotion into the management
Yeah.
field, I started going to office on a daily basis.
Okay.
And then I got to know that there are people who are friendly as well.
Yes, of course. There are always two sides of a coin, and as long as we keep exploring and keep trying, we will build our network. Wonderful. So, I would like to understand your parents' reaction when you told them, "Mom and Dad, I'm starting my PhD." What was their reply?
Well, it was my dad's dream only to do PhD. So
Super, super.
there's no surprise for them. Even
Okay,
at some point, I would sit and think, do I need to do this? Because it will be a journey of for 3 to 4 years. Will I be able to manage? But when it comes to my parents and the dedication, what they have done for me, dedicating 3 years of my life is not a big deal.
super, amazing, man. Wonderful. So it's like, of course, you wanted to do it. Plus, your dad also dreams of calling
Yes.
his son Doctor Darshan.
Well, I know that after doing PhD, everyone says that the person should be a professor or a lecturer.
Not
I
actually, no.
don't believe that it is not always mandatory to be a lecturer or professor. It always depends upon the the person what he is into.
What you want to do with your life. And I believe right after your bachelor's, you were in an autopilot mode where you only did what you felt was right with your parents' blessings. That's what I feel, you know, in almost talking to you for 45 minutes. And you are a strong and meaning you always want to keep exploring and keep pushing your limits and also making it work. That's what you're doing
Yes,
currently.
yes. That is what, like, even in the current company, my manager used to say, like, he still says that, Darshan, you are like a person who takes things as much as you can. Even if you
Yes.
can't take, you still try to take things. And he's like, at some point, you should learn to say no. I was like, I cannot, because I want to make impossible things as possible. How can I say no?
I am with you on this. You know, when you are confident to pull it off, just keep moving forward. Really
Because
nice talking. Yeah,
and
please.
also, like, I believe that this is the age to learn things. Every day is a
Yes.
learning opportunity. Once we start saying no, we cannot get that exposure.
Yes. And instead of regretting tomorrow, we can might as well pull our socks and work hard today so that we set it right for our future without regrets.
Yes.
Wonderful. Very, very happy, doing this interview. Today alone, I would have done 5, 6 interviews, but the most casual and how to say, a boy next door trying to push his limits and achieving in everything, you know, that is what. And when school children are watching these interviews, trust me, brother, you are going to add lot of, value addition. This interview is all about positivity, right? Keep pushing, keep working hard, stay focused, and understand that parents, they are spending their money into your education. Make it count, make them proud. What more, man? We have covered literally all the topics, and excellent. Any last points that you wish to tell our audience before we sum up this beautiful interview with you as well as your cute pet?
I'm sorry for the noise. If you
No,
are hearing the noise,
nothing.
the thing what I want to say for the young generation is that until unless we push ourselves, until unless we start doing adventures, we will not know, uh, we will not get to know what extent we can reach to solve
Yes,
things. So, if you want to learn how to swim, we have to jump into the sea.
exactly.
So, it's like once you jump into the sea, you will have only two options. Either you have to drown or you have to swim. That's it.
That's it.
To be successful, ultimately the person will choose to swim rather than drowning.
100%. 100%.
So,
Amazing.
whatever the problem, whatever the situation, whatever the decision you are going to plan, like whatever the decision you are planning to take, think wisely, decide as per your needs, and try to do adventures. Like, there's no life without doing adventure.
Yes, and you have only one chance, only one life.
Yeah, like we do fail in that adventure. Like when we are doing such adventures, we do fail.
Yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
but from those failures itself, we will learn things.
Wonderful, man. Really amazing. I learned a lot of things, talking to young people like you. And I'm sure, imagine, you're spending 45 minutes on this interview. Even if it inspires one soul at anywhere in the world, you know, I think we have done justice to all the efforts in you spending time on this and doing all these interviews. Thank you so much, Darshan.
And also, one thing I want to highlight,
Yes,
most of the people, they just put efforts to get into universities in US, UK, Australia, and so on. And few people get depressed if they don't make that.
okay.
So there's no need to worry. There are so many, plenty of opportunities.
Yes.
No matter even if you haven't heard about the country, because the country will definitely make you get noticed in some days.
But one point I would like to add, Darshan, whichever developed countries you go, study in that country's premier university. That is very important.
Yes, that is true. Because I
Yeah,
have friends who are like who did their masters in UK, US, and they are telling me they are still struggling to get a job there because of
exactly.
so many immigrants. and they are planning to come back to India.
See, these people, they don't understand and they don't follow the ideology of spend less, learn more. They will still keep selling their ancestral property and work in a KFC and McDonald's. Only God can help them, and best wishes to them. That's it. And my ideology is, why should you spend so much, my dear friends? Spend less. I studied in Sweden at zero cost. I spent zero. My father spent few lakhs for my living expenses. So you have to be smart enough to do this, and that's why we keep doing these interviews to inspire young minds. Thank you so much, Darshan, and wish you all the best. And I'm looking forward for a message from you that on the day one of your starting of your PhD, I would be really, really happy. And we will do the part 2 of this interview after your PhD graduation, meaning PhD, you getting it
after 3-4 years, I believe.
That's what I will not disturb you for the next 5 years. That interview will only be about how did you balance your PhD and your work. That is what we are going to discuss.
No, I will not say that you cannot bother me, because there are people from ESE like Sujita ma'am. She used to call me every time if she needs any information about the university or some changes within the rules or regulations in Lithuania. She used to call me.
No, at least I will not pull you on your Saturdays for this interview until you finish your PhDs. Plus 5 years, we do the part 2. We will have so much to talk. That's why. Thank you so much, Darshan. Wish you all the very best. And I'm sure, years go by, your energy levels and your exploration is only going to get higher and higher, which I can confirmly say after talking to a person like you for the past 1 hour. Thank you so much. Wish you all the very best and convey our best wishes to your parents.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good day and happy Sunday.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.